offense. They're just kind of running around out there.
Right.
They're not really screening anybody, and their only scoring is when they just take it one on the team.
I can't hear you at all.
And occasionally we get an opening.
A little.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, a little.
Okay.
I don't think
It's a long three in it. That's good. And the buzzer sounds for the first quarter of play here.
They're
21-13 after the first 15 minutes.
The team,
I can't hear you at all.
and occasionally we get an opening.
A little. Can you hear me now?
So we'll be back right after this timeout. That's good. And the buzzer sounds for the first.
Westview High School on the map officially in Class 2A.
Easy shot underneath. Josh shows step in for three, and he hits. Fields with a way out front. He'll drive it. He'll put it up from 15. Got it! And the Warriors win!
When you're turning your house into a home, your furniture plays a big part in the finished product. You'll love the finished products at Weaver Furniture Sales in Shipshewana. Come see the Weaver family. They will work with you to find a piece that fits your needs, or they'll have it custom built just for you. Weaver Furniture Sales is located just south of 5 and 20 in Shipshewana. Visit their website at weaverfurnituresales.com.
I was mixed up. We're back at Westview High School. A couple of minutes away from the start of the second quarter, but Jamie, that gives us a chance to talk about the team this year. And you look down there, you see a lot of familiar faces.
Right, we're very experienced. I think I wrote it down the other day. Of course, it's not where I'm looking right now, but 7 seniors.
Yeah.
And then, you know, we have, Mason is a junior and Brady is a sophomore, but both of them have played a ton of basketball.
Right.
And so, really, and then we got Bucky. He's played a ton of, he's another junior. So 2 juniors, 7 seniors, and a couple sophomores. I think I'm right, a couple sophomores.
Yeah,
I guess
you're
I could
right.
look at the roster.
Well, Brady and, let's see, Evan Litweiler.
Test.
Right.
Are the 2 sophomores.
Yeah. So, and then,
I'm not sure.
I mean, how many times these days, especially, can you say you have 7 seniors?
That's right.
Just the numbers alone, if you say 7 seniors, well, only 5 can play at once. And
that's right.
A lot of times, folks that don't start don't want to hang around. But we have. This group has stuck together, and they contribute in various ways. And it makes for competitive practices. You know, you can just notice the guys getting stronger each year and highlighting by the time they're a senior. They're really developing. And so I think it'll be a good group, a fun group to watch. You know, there might be some rough nights. My question would be, who's going to be their go-to scorer when you're playing really good teams and you need points?
Right.
And who do they go to? I think I've seen great improvement really in all of them. and they're stronger, quicker, and clearly they've been working on their skills and their shooting, and I think we'll see that as the season goes along.
Well, last year, of course, we relied on Charlie a lot, and this year we're probably going to see that scoring spread out more. And these guys, as you mentioned, are experienced. Should be an exciting season in Westview basketball. If it can be halfway normal, and we have a pretty full schedule anyway, not very many postponements.
It's going to be, I don't think it's going to go according to schedule.
Probably not. Pretty crazy. Offensive board and the putback is good by South Bend Riley.
One of the rules on these scrimmages is I think 1 quarter you have to play like a zone.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
Put the score up.
And so we were in some kind of trapping zone that time, and that's going to create openings, 1 for penetration and 2 for offensive rebounding, because you're not in your normal way of doing things, and that's what happened on that possession. They got an offensive rebound.
So Riley's out there with a 2-3 against Westview. Oops, Brady maintains possession, almost lost control. Litweiler.
Yeah, and here's
Mason.
where if a team zones us, what are we going to do? Who's going to take charge and be able to score? We had good ball movement there. We just turned it over.
Well, you mentioned, it's good to play teams like this that are athletic and have a lot of length. Also, you probably don't schedule a team in your scrimmage that you're necessarily going to play during the regular season.
Right. Yeah, and they're just not athletic. They've been a really good program. What did he call it?
Yeah, Riley's had some great seasons. I thought that was a travel that he called, but maybe that was a charge. I didn't see it.
I didn't see anybody get run over.
No, I didn't see any contact. That's why I thought it was a travel.
But yeah, Riley just a few years ago, they lost in semi-state. I think they were undefeated up until that time.
That was 2 years ago, right? Yeah.
A couple, 2-3 years ago.
Right.
And so a good program.
Their coach is Alex Daniel. Mason Yoder out front on the wing. That's Litweiler. Drew Litweiler. Evan, his brother, on the bench. Mason, he'll take the jumper off the left side. Doesn't go this time, and it's yanked out of there by South Bend Riley.
One thing I've noticed with Mason, just in the few times I've seen him play since last season, is his pull-up jumper has improved. As far as consistency, he's able to just, that mid-range game that a lot of people don't have anymore.
Right.
Has really improved.
Well, I think early, like when he was a freshman, he was more out of control. But he seems to be able to square up and take the more orthodox shot, I guess you'd say.
No, you're absolutely right. He's always been very aggressive and fearless out there, but he's harnessed some of that now. And
yeah, he looks a little bit more under control. He gets excited, but yeah, he's kind of matured enough to where he's more under control.
So we're in a 1-3-1, I think.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. Mason's out front, Burkett's underneath.
Against a team that's good at passing and athletic, that's hard to play.
Yeah.
You're going to really hustle, and you're out of position defensively a lot.
Okay, we had some listeners talking about the donation button. I want to talk about that a little bit. I see people are talking about that. We have a button for folks to donate this year to watch the game. You do not have to play, and we had some people a little confused because they donated and then weren't able to get on.
Oh.
We were having some technical difficulties here with the school. Some of the settings weren't saved from last year. It should be streaming now. We are asking people to donate what you would have paid to go to the game anyway. All the money that goes into that donation fund will go directly to Westview. The only thing that will come out of there is the credit card processing fee. Westview has elected to just let people choose to donate and not put it behind a paywall for now, as long as we can get a decent amount of money in this way. If we don't have people donate, then they might choose to make it a pay-per-view and then only 60% of the funds will go to Westview. So we do encourage people to donate, but you do not have to. And we do apologize for the technical difficulties.
But we should be squared away now and ready to go for Tuesday night, hopefully.
Well, I think so.
Yeah.
We had some some settings that we didn't realize had changed over the summer.
Sure.
Here at the school, and so we had a little trouble getting onto the right network. So
all right.
I think it's working now.
Thanks for the update, Dan. If you have any questions, they can contact us through our website, Dan.
Actually, the best way to do it is there is a live chat
right
on YouTube, and we're monitoring that, and that's what triggered this.
Sure.
Triggered this.
All right. So if you have any questions, just chat us here, and we'll take care of it. Jerry Hostetler with Jamie Miller again, color commentator. Dan's along. He's going to bring you up to date on probably stats when we get to the regular part of the season on Tuesday night. And we have a new
Westview
technical guy this year. His name's Jeremy. He's running all the controls. So glad you could join us, and we're looking forward to this 2021 season. We hope before too long we'll have fans back in the stands, and it'll become a little more normal, and we'll hear that cheering that we're so used to from Westview fans. And even those fans that sit behind us from the other team. Maybe even Jamie will miss those fans.
Yeah, well, when you look at our conference this year, it should be very strong. You know, we think of the way last year ended, and I think my lasting memory was being down 20-0 after one quarter.
Yeah.
Or something like that. And
that's
then
right.
The great comeback, and then just falling short against Cherubusco. But they have almost everybody back. Central Noble is going to be real strong.
Both of those teams we play on the road, I believe. So
yeah, and then I know I'm forgetting a team.
Angola, no.
I guess I'm thinking of out of our sectional, maybe more than conference, but those two definitely in the conference. And well, that's enough to make a tough sectional. So our early schedule is quite tough. I think 6 or 7 out of our first 10 are on the road, and we got Northridge, Northwood, Central Noble, Cherubusco. I mean, you're going to find out what we're all about early.
It's a good test. Shot from the corner is good.
Yeah, when you're playing a 1-3-1 zone, the weak spots are in the corners, and if you can hit that short corner like they just did, you're going to get open shots.
I do want to clarify something more on the if we have to switch to a pay-per-view where only 60% goes to the school, the rest is not coming to LaGwana. It's actually through the service, through IHSAA TV. They keep 40%. So either way, LaGwana has made the commitment that we will not keep any of the donations. Any portion that comes through to us will be passed on directly to the school. But we would love to be able to give, like 97% off of donations instead of 60% of forced pay.
Shot by Brady. Thanks, Dan. And we appreciate all the fans that'll donate out there. Another 3 is good. 2 in a row for South Bend Riley. 7:50 to go now in the second period.
Yeah, Riley doesn't have people in their face like our man-to-man was doing.
Yeah. Definitely, so it's a disadvantage for us. They're able to launch those threes.
Yeah, that was probably an ill-advised 3 there on our end.
Right. Well, that maybe is a good time to bring up. Do you think we will be as disciplined as maybe a Rob Yoder coach team with our shot selection?
I think it might be. I think we'll be pretty disciplined. It might be a little more, but it might just look different just simply because we have maybe a few more guys that can hit outside shots compared to last year consistently. Maybe. We'll see. And if that's the case, then we'll have more guys shooting them. But
well, they got another year under their belt. They'll feel more confident to take those shots, although I don't see anybody out there really that held back last year. Maybe the Miller twins to a certain extent.
Right.
But Litweiler maybe a little bit too.
I think, we're really trying to evaluate each guy's strengths, and I know Drew is really good in the post, Litweiler, and so I think they really want him to not stay in there, but really focus on being down there and using his skills.
Yeah, he seems to be a good ball hawk. He seems to have a good court awareness. Knows where that ball's going to be off the rim. He's not a big, muscular guy. He does have some size to him, but yeah, he moves very well underneath. Got some pretty slick moves to the basket.
Yeah.
Mason Yoder comes out. Luke Miller back in for the Warriors. Once again, we'll be live at 5:45 on Tuesday night as we open the 2021 campaign against the Bethany Christian Bruins right here at Westview High School. Girls game first, boys game will follow. Shot from the left side by Luke, just into the ball game, and he hits.
Yeah, that's a really tough shot where you're running full speed, pull up and shoot it in the guy's face, but he made a nice shot.
Nice looking shot. Brady Yoder with it on the right side. Cross courts it to Litweiler, almost picked off by Wesley.
That would have been a highlight dunk on the other end.
Yeah, it would have been. Brady wide open for three, a little long. Pulled down by Wesley, baseball pass up court, and the shot's up off the glass and good.
Yeah, we're not doing a good job of getting back on this this particular quarter, I guess if you want to call it a quarter. We've given up a lot of layups.
Well, yeah, I mean, we're probably not going to see us playing a whole lot of zones against teams like this year.
Well,
it's a big difference.
I think it's starting on offense. Is we're not getting as good as shots.
Well,
and our
that's
shots
true.
are coming from the baseline more, and so if it bounces out long, it's a quick trip to the other end for the other team.
Good point. We have another timeout, 4:30 to go in this second quarter. So I think we can run a spot here, right, Dan? Okay, we'll go ahead and we'll be back right after this timeout.
Our world seems so different right now. There are so many things we thought we could depend on. Our work, our family, our health, even Westview basketball. But when our days seem uncertain, it should remind us to put our trust in a God who is certain, who knows you, who loves you, who sent his son to save you. John 3:16 says, "For God so loved the world that he gave his only son, that whoever believes in him shall not perish, but shall have eternal life." Oh friend, put your trust in Jesus today.
If you're looking to replace or repair your home appliances, Topeka Do It Best Hardware is your local stop for Amana, Maytag, and Whirlpool appliances. Featuring in-home and in-store service and parts on most makes of home appliances. See JJ for all your appliance needs at Topeka Do It Best Hardware, an authorized Whirlpool and Maytag service center for over 40 years, located at the Blinker Light in downtown Topeka. Call them at 260-593-2973.
Back to action. Luke Miller out front to Litweiler. Bounce passes it inside to Corey, and shot's no good. Rebounded by Southman Adams. Good steal by Lyndon Miller. He'll put it up with the left hand. No good. Battle for the rebound is pulled out of there by Riley. Back out front it comes. Now right side, shot from the corner. This time it rims out. No good. And rebound pulled out of there by Lyndon Miller. I know there's one thing I forgot tonight, Jamie, and that's my seat cushion. And I'm not going to forget that on Tuesday.
Well, this is a test run for everything. So.
I guess. I thought, do I have that in my trunk? No, I didn't. So got to pull it out of my butt cushion drawer at work. I know where it is.
You got a whole drawer full, huh?
Well, just one.
Oh.
Well, there's a bunch of other stuff in there, but I have it on top, so I know exactly where it is. I put it in there whenever the season ended. Was it March, the 1st of March?
Yeah, early in March.
Right. Ball knocked away and stolen. Luke Miller comes back the other way. He'll give it to his twin brother Lyndon, looking for shooting room. He went up, and we got a held ball. And on the alternating possession, it'll be Westview basketball.
That last possession, we did a nice job. We had called that timeout. We kind of went to a high-low offense there against that zone with Caleb up top, big target. Got a layup out of it. We'll see what we do here.
Tell you, when we were here to do photos, I thought all of these guys looked a little bigger this year.
Yeah, they are.
Some of them more than others, but yeah, it looked like all of them put either some muscle on or a combination of both muscle and height.
Now, as much as my son eats, he had to fill out. Either he's going to be 6'4".
Well, I know that's the way my boys were when they were that age. They were eating constantly. Shots up, no good. Tipped around, goes out of bounds. And the ball will stay in the possession of Westview. Litweiler, he'll go right side to Brady Yoder. Tries it into the paint. He'll put it up. No good, and rebound Wesley. That's the guy that's the signee by Notre Dame, number 0. That rims out for Riley, and back come the Warriors. Minute 40 to go in the second quarter. Once again, we have 4 quarters tonight, 15 minutes each, running clock, with a break between each quarter. And we tried to dunk there by Copley of South Bend. Riley couldn't get it to go, and now we have a traveling violation, so it'll be turned back over to Westview.
Yeah, 24 is really active out there. And that time he was just he was fading away from the basket just a little bit too much.
Yeah.
Throw that thing down.
Yeah, it seems like he's been everywhere. He's had some shooting opportunities and rebounding. Burkett. I'll get it to Luke Miller, back to Burkett out front. Ball knocked out of the hands of Caleb Corey. Regains possession, gives off to Luke Miller. Now Drew Litweiler. Yeah, it almost feels like last year, just missing Charlie out there. A lot of experience for Westview. More confidence this year with that year of varsity experience under their belt. Drive to the basket's good by Wesley.
Yeah, he really knows how to contort his body
Boy,
and get through the
does.
slightest crack.
And he's sporting the track pants, or as Jamie called them, bikini shorts. So you think those are coming back?
Well, they're definitely coming back. I don't think everybody's going to wear them that short, but
that's getting up there. That's,
I guess when
that's
you
70s.
Play Division I, you can do what you want.
Yeah, that's true. So now we've come to an end of, I guess you'd normally call it the first half.
Right.
So I'm not sure how long a break we're going to have here, but we'll take another commercial break, and Jamie and I will be back with more from Westview High School right after this timeout.
Mouth-watering home-cooked meals, nightly specials, large buffet, breakfast buffet on Saturday, chicken, shrimp, and beef brisket on Saturday night, and Tuesday's lunch chicken buffet. These are what you'll find at Tiffany's Restaurant in Topeka. Top off your meal with a slice of their delicious homemade pie. That's Tiffany's Restaurant on East Lake Street in Topeka. For carry-out orders, call 260-593-2988.
Do you fret about potential health hazards in your home? Is something eating away at your walls? Stop fretting and do something about it by calling Gold Key Home Inspections. We are a full-service company trained to identify wood-destroying insects, perform mold testing, evaluate the home for radon gas, and do more detailed inspections such as sewer line and thermal imaging. Don't lay awake at night wondering. Call Gold Key today to set up your specialized appointment and leave the worrying to us.
And we're back at Westview High School. We're waiting for the third quarter of 15 minutes of basketball to begin here in the scrimmage game at Westview High School. Westview facing South Bend Riley in this game. So far, especially that first quarter, the Warriors looked great, I thought. Jamie, second quarter having to play against a zone, a little bit of a different story.
Yeah, I think we struggled mainly on offense. And, you know, I guess it's kind of like it's been since Rob started coaching. We've kind of always struggled against the zone in a way, just because we don't play it. We don't see it a lot. But I liked what we did toward the end of it. It's just our floor balance was poor. We found out if you get a bad shot against a good team, it's going to be a layup on the other end. And so it just kind of snowballed there. And I thought Riley, you know, they had a long bus ride over here, and they were a lot sharper that quarter.
Yeah, they
Their
were.
Ball movement was a lot better, and they were more aggressive. And
yeah,
so
definitely.
forth, so.
They looked a little slow in reaction time in that first quarter, and you're right. Didn't think about that, but yeah, that's maybe not quite an hour, but it might be an hour on a bus. Pretty much a straight shot though on 20 bypass.
Right.
So
and, you know, they don't know us. I mean, we haven't played them.
Did we ever play?
If ever.
Yeah.
Certainly a long time. I mean, we used to play some of the South Bend teams in the 80s.
I remember playing Adams maybe 1 year.
Yeah, we played Clay at least 1 year. I'm not sure if we played Riley or not. So they don't know us. And, you know, I think any team probably that warms up and looks across the court at us, we're not one of those all get off the bus teams, you know. We're like, whoa, look at that guy.
Yeah.
Whoa, look at that guy. You know? We're all a bunch of
that's a good way to put it.
Relatively mid-sized commoners.
That's right.
But they know how to play, and so sometimes you catch a team by surprise a little bit that way, and we'll see how it goes.
Right. Well, it's fun to be back broadcasting again. I just wish the fans were here. It is so much different. And
it's actually, you know, it seems, you know, we're going to play hard regardless of where we're at. But, you know, honestly, some schools you go to, that's about their normal fan base.
Yeah, you watch some of the highlights on Friday and Saturday night in the wintertime from the South Bend schools and some of the city schools. I mean, I get Fort Wayne channels too, and I mean, it's sad. They're playing in gyms that are very sparse, almost like this.
People in it, and that's it. And
yeah,
so it won't be a whole lot different for them.
Right. We're not used to that.
Nope.
But I think, our guys are going to play well, or pretty much the same. We do get. I think our players do appreciate our fans, no doubt about it. And I think sometimes the opposing teams are, you know, impressed with our fans and the things we do. I know.
Well, I think that's part of what creates some of the rivalries. Is they see how many fans we got, and they just can't wait to try to beat us.
Right. Yeah.
One thing I'll miss is our second game is Northridge. Well, that's one of the most, you know, highly attended games for either team all year, and that's what makes it fun. And they got a good program, and this year, well, I guess we'll see who has the loudest parents.
I'll never forget the game when I was a senior when we played Northridge. I didn't play that year. I was in the seats, and the Northridge student section brought a trash can, and it had a live chicken in it. They were all dressed like Amish, making fun of us, and they released the chicken. Next thing I know, a bunch of kids were getting escorted out of the gym, and as it turns out, one of them lived right next to me when I was a freshman at Indiana.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I was almost ready to say his name, and he probably wouldn't care, but I better not. He became pretty famous up in this area, very successful, but I won't say who it was. But he attended Northridge.
A live chicken, huh?
Yeah, live
that would
chicken.
Be creative.
So, yep. So we've begun the third quarter of play. Ball knocked away, stolen by South Bend Riley. Another dunk, hammered up by the big guy that's going to Notre Dame, Drew Wesley.
Blake Wesley.
Blake Wesley. I didn't think that sounded right.
So now they're doing a little full court press, and this is what I want to see how we handle this.
Yeah.
You know, the last several years it was give it to Elijah or give it to Charlie
Right.
and get out of the way.
That's true.
Who does the ball handling and how do we handle it?
Yeah, this is what Coach Bentley wants to see against us. See how we react. Inbound pass comes to Ben Burkett. He'll take it left side on the pass to Luke Miller, down to Litweiler. Drew drives the baseline. Reverse layup is good. Good move by Drew.
Looks like we're playing more of a standard defense.
Right, we'll see what transpires here as far as the outcome of this quarter.
Yeah, we got to do better at getting those three-point shooters. He's hit several.
Right.
And we just let him catch and shoot that time. That's something the coaching staff will not think highly of.
Yeah, they've definitely awakened from their bus trip, and they're much smoother and hitting a lot of their shots now. Look a lot more comfortable out there and awake. Pass inside on a good feed, and the basket goes.
Well, and Wesley's really starting to take over out there. I mean, he's a really good passer. I've never seen him play before. I just heard a lot about him.
Yeah, he's looking really impressive.
And he can take it to the basket. He can shoot threes, but his passing is really impressive.
His distribution of the basketball, even last quarter too. I mean, it's pretty impressive.
If we can handle the ball here, we should get some open shots because they are really flying to the ball and they're ending up with 2 or 3 guys on the ball.
Getting the ball up the court in a hurry this quarter. 10-2, Riley's up. Luke from the left side, air ball, pulled out of there by Blake Wesley. Copley from the corner, and he hits.
See, that's a mistake defensively. We know that guy can shoot it.
Right.
So why wouldn't you? You got to get out there.
Yep. Timeout's called as Riley takes a 13-2 lead in this third quarter. 11:10 to go in this 15-minute quarter. Once again, we've alluded to this a couple of times, but Tuesday night, Bethany, that'll be a doubleheader, girls and boys doubleheader. Takes place right here at Westview High School. We'll go on the air at 5:45 with the girls game, followed by the boys game. Then actually, I keep forgetting about these girls games that Dan and I will be covering Friday night versus Prairie Heights and Saturday afternoon Wawasee, right? 2 o'clock game. We'll probably go on around 1:45 on Saturday afternoon. And then, of course, the boys game that evening with Northridge, and that should be a good matchup. I haven't really looked to see what Northridge has coming back this year, but
they have a lot coming back. I think they have 2 really good players. They did lose their big guy, Stauffer.
Oh yeah,
he's playing at Indiana Wesleyan.
Mm-hmm.
So should be a good game. I'm sure they have fond memories of
Ben Burkett.
Vivid memories, I should say, not fond. Vivid memories of Well, that was a game I thought we deserved to win. We led the whole game.
Yeah, we did.
Had a little stretch in the fourth quarter where we kind of let them back in it and then pulled it out at the end.
Man, that was unbelievable. Brady Yoder is looking at full court pressure as he tries to bring it in. He'll get it into Mason. Mason brings it up court, gets in the air, and a bad decision there trying to bounce pass it to Luke Miller. And it goes out of bounds. It'll be a turnover.
Yeah, once you jump and commit, you can only stay up there so long.
Yep.
Even for Mason.
Pass inside. Good movement that time by Riley.
Yeah, Riley's doing a good job of penetration and hitting the open man. They're a very unselfish team.
Blake Wesley slaps it out of bounds on the attempted steal. Drew Litweiler calling for help. Gets it into Ben Burkett. Ben tries to drive it. Pulls it back out to Brady. And now left side will come to Luke. Bounce pass to Mason from the free throw line. His shot is good.
Yeah, another thing is we're not getting near as many easy shots. That first
No,
quarter,
we're
we
not.
had wide open shots.
yeah.
And their defensive intensity is ratcheted up. So our screening has to be better, our cutting has to be better, and we got to be patient.
When you play an athletic, quick team like this, you got to step it up a notch. Lyndon Miller in. Yeah, Dan mentioned in our headset that they aren't shooting free throws, so if there is a foul, they take it out of bounds.
Since there's a running clock, it's a good way to maximize the play time.
Right, yeah, and that's all it's for. There's no records on the line here or anything. This is a scrimmage matchup. Jumper in the lane, no good for Riley, and pulled down by Drew Litweiler. He's got a mess of a lot of rebounds tonight. We're not keeping stats, but Brady with a three.
Yeah, they're leaving our three-point shooter open too, and their coach isn't happy about it.
Yeah, so we've tightened it up a little bit. 15-10 now, 8:54 to go in the third quarter here. Another timeout called. We'll take one here. We'll be back right after this quick timeout.
If you're looking to replace or repair your home appliances, Topeka Do It Best Hardware is your local stop for Amana, Maytag, and Whirlpool appliances. Featuring in-home and in-store service and parts on most makes of home appliances. See JJ for all your appliance needs at Topeka Do It Best Hardware, an authorized Whirlpool and Maytag service center for over 40 years, located at the Blinker Light in downtown Topeka. Call them at 260-593-2973.
Dale's Dependable Handyman Service is capable of performing a wide variety of common home maintenance and remodeling services. We can help you with everything from garbage disposal installation to fixing a leaky faucet. We work in the kitchen, the bathroom, the attic, the garage, and anywhere else that might need attention. With help from Dale's Dependable Handyman Service, you know that you'll be receiving quality work from a fully trained, licensed, and insured professional. Call us today at 260-463-3970 or visit dalesdependablehandyman.com. Have you ever been unpleasantly surprised by a purchase and wish you had done more investigation before buying? Gold Key Home Inspections is here to help give you peace of mind about one of your largest investments, your home. Our inspectors are trained to expertly evaluate all aspects of your potential home and give you information to use in making an informed decision. Don't gamble on your future. Give Gold Key Home Inspections a call today to set up your appointment.
As we come back after the timeout here, 8:50 to go in the third quarter, I'm going to turn it over to Dan again, and he's going to bring potential sponsors up to date on what programs we have available for Westview basketball this year. Dan?
So we have several different packages available, and we've had quite a bit of interest this year, I think more than other years, realizing that at least to start the season, we're anticipating lots of viewers. But we offer a basic business sponsorship for $350, and for that, a business has their logo on our website, constantly scrolling across, and they also are mentioned at the beginning and the end of each game as a business sponsor. If you want to upgrade and include some commercial spots in it, it's $1,750, and that does include creating a 30-second spot for you. So that would be the silver sponsorship. And we do have a couple gold sponsorships left, which is all those things, but then additionally you would get listed as either a pregame, halftime, or post-game sponsor, and during that portion of the game your logo would be up the entire time. We would go into that portion of the game announcing you as the sponsor for that section, and in fact you would also then have your logo on our the banner we have up during the broadcast as a gold sponsor, and you would also be on our media van as a sponsor. And then we did have one platinum sponsorship available. That has been taken, and that is basically the game sponsor for the entire season. Weaver Furniture has elected to do that, and for that they'll be listed as the game sponsor every game, and along with all those other things. So if you're interested, contact us at LaGwana.
All right, thanks, Dan. Brady hit another 3 a few seconds ago. You guys can probably see it on your monitor, I hope. All knocked away. Riley with it again. Leading 22-13 in this third quarter. We reset the scoreboard after every quarter in the scrimmage. And different defenses, do they switch back and forth between zone and
I think
man-to-man?
I think you have to do one with zone, and I think that's over with. Right now it seems they're both man-to-man.
They can do whatever they want, but they can do full court press this quarter only.
They can?
And they can't hear me right now.
Okay, Dan's saying that they...
Oh, okay, I'm back on.
Okay.
The rules say that this quarter, the only thing it says is that you can do a full court press with consensus by both coaches. So
Okay.
Otherwise it doesn't say what kind of defense they have to play this quarter.
So we did see a full court press by
them.
Riley. Yeah,
By them. We
right.
didn't do one.
No, not yet. Which, that would be interesting to try that against a team with this speed.
No, it wouldn't be. It might be interesting for Riley.
I wondered if you were going to come back with a comment on that.
Yeah, you know, to be really good at pressing, you got to have a lot of length and athleticism. And we're good athletes. I wouldn't say there's a lot of great athletes on our team. I mean, you got to play defense the whole court. That's hard to do.
Right. Drive of the lane, no good. Pulled down by Copley. Looked like he traveled there. Puts it up and in. Referee's pretty much letting everyone play tonight. There have been a few whistles for violations, but not many. And a foul's called on the baseline. It seems like in the past, and maybe I'm wrong, but didn't they have like a couple or 3 schools involved where they'd play different quarters or not? Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, that's...
It's been several years
the
ago.
Jamboree days.
Yeah, Jamboree,
we'd
that's
have,
what it was.
3 schools or 4 schools, each play one quarter.
That kind of fell by the wayside. And those were teams that were on our schedule.
Right.
Yeah, throughout the season, which I don't think coaches really, I mean, it didn't really do anybody any good because you didn't want to try anything to show them what you had. And
right,
all that,
it was just kind of a tip-off to the season more than anything.
Right.
Yeah, this is, I think, much more valuable to get a read on your team.
Yeah, I think most of the coaches would be happy with something like this.
Well, Jerry, I think the officials heard you about no whistles. They've been blowing some fouls.
Yeah, really. About as soon as I said that, it was like, oh, they turned around and started blowing them again. Drive into the paint, dish off again to Copley, puts it in off the glass.
Yeah, poor defense that time. You can't let the penetration happen like that.
So as far as, our offense is concerned, from my perspective, it looks a lot the same as it did last year. What do you see different?
Yeah, we're running a lot of the same type of motion tendencies. As far as the set plays, I know they have a few more, a few different ones. I'm not familiar with them at this point. But yeah, I think it's just, let's get some principles here and let these guys go play. They know how to play. They've been well coached, and let's let them
well, I know.
Do what they do.
Talking to Coach Bentley back, when was it, Dan? April, I guess.
Yeah.
He mentioned that, he talked to Rob and got a lot of, he kind of he did look up to Rob and admired him for his coaching ability and so on. So he wanted to get as many pointers as he could from him, and I think he's picked up a lot of Rob's tendencies. But he has, you know, he has his own as well. And like you said, he's introduced some new plays and that type of thing. So.
Well, I think one of the observations that we had when he was in Angola is they played a lot of low-scoring games. You know,
that's right.
They scored in the 30s and
that's
the 40s
true.
a lot.
Yeah.
And so you thought, well, what kind of offense is he going to run? But you know, I think he's all about matching his personnel.
Right.
If you have a lot of guys that are skilled and can play in an up tempo, you're going to do it. Whereas if you don't, you're going to take advantage of what you do best.
Well, that's smart coaching.
So I think we'll see a fairly normal type offense, and I think the key is it just starts on defense, and they've really emphasized that a lot in the practice that I watched, and communication, camaraderie, building team unity, and I think they'll.
So what do you think of that score, guys? In a quarter, still time left, 20-31.
31-20, Riley.
Yeah, it's probably similar to a 8-minute stoppage, you know, normal 8-minute or a 15 running clock.
That's true.
So.
Offensive foul called on, and Copley's down. Well, he's getting up now. Shaking up a little bit, limps up.
I would think Riley'd have a pretty good season with the talent they have out there this year. Of course, they play a tough schedule.
Yeah,
the
they do.
level.
That's true. Good drive to the basket, won't go, and good foul by Drew Litweiler. Man, we're down to 15 seconds now to go in this third quarter. Well, that'll be followed by one more quarter, 15 minutes long, running clock. Shot short. And Riley player, Nate Mock, bounced it on the baseline out of bounds. And that does it for the third quarter of play here at Westview in the scrimmage between South Bend, Riley, and Westview. 31-22 is our score. After that quarter, we'll reset that score, and we'll be back for fourth quarter action right after this timeout.
Remodeling in the near future? Dale Fry at Dale's Dependable Handyman Service is the right man for the job. Get a new look for your bathroom, kitchen, garage, attic, or anywhere else in your house. Dale is fully trained, licensed, and insured. No subcontractors, just Dale and his son, Owen, will do the job. Call 260-463-3970 or visit dalesdependablehandyman.com.
Weaver Furniture Sales in Shipshewana invites you to visit their expanded showroom filled with a complete line of solid hardwood custom-made furniture for your entire home. You'll also find a wide selection of recliners, couches, chairs, and many more home furnishings to suit anyone's taste. Weaver Furniture, located just south of US Highway 20 on County Road 75 North. Weaver Furniture Sales in Shipshewana, family-owned and operated since 1989.
Hate the basketball.
Oh, I'm even saying every pass. Oh, we're back. Sorry, we're making comments about they have to sanitize the basketball apparently after every quarter, maybe stoppage of play.
Well, compared to that, how we used to just wipe it on our shorts when it got too sweaty.
Yeah, really.
So, yeah, here in the fourth quarter, it says that each coach may choose their defense. Discussion prior to the quarter is suggested, and mutual consent on pressing.
So I would guess that maybe Coach Bentley would not agree to the pressing, maybe.
Well, he might though, for the experience.
Well, yeah,
because these guys are very athletic and very. I mean, he's not going to press, but
no,
if the other guy
yeah,
wants
that's
to,
what
he
I
might
meant.
be okay
Yeah,
with
you
it.
guys can press us, but I think we'll just pass.
Yeah.
So
But,
we have.
I was just thinking if we go back, first quarter where we played the man-to-man, and I think that's the only quarter we have, quote, won score-wise.
Right.
So I assume that we'll be back to man-to-man, and we won't be pressing. So.
Well, we played man last quarter too, right?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah. So we'll see. I think it's a matter of, like Jamie said, where they've kind of loosened up now after the long bus ride. And they've really turned it on the last 3 quarters. So we'll see.
Yeah, I'm not used to these long timeouts.
Right.
Yeah, it's like, what are you talking about for 5 minutes or 4 minutes? Especially on a scrimmage against a team you don't know anything about.
Yeah, we've got Roger Yoder running the scorebook tonight, who's been doing that for a long time, and his wife Jolene running the scoreboard tonight. So we can mention them.
Yeah. And of course, if you're not aware, I'm assuming everybody is, each player is allowed to have 2 adults here, well, I've seen signs that say two adults and some that say parents only. So I'm not sure what happens like with Litweilers. Were they allowed to bring 2 other adults? I just see
parents.
The parents.
Yeah.
They have 2 kids playing, but just two adults. So.
Right. So yeah, we're winding down here. About a minute to go to the 4th quarter.
Well, do you have a trivia question? Thad Hart just texted. He said,
okay.
He asked if there's going to be trivia, and he said, since I asked, I should win the pizza.
Yeah, that would be Thad. Tell him. Yeah, well, I guess I can tell him.
Yeah, pretty sure he can hear you.
Yeah, probably. Hey, Thad, we miss you singing. So hopefully that'll come back before this season's over.
You know, that's funny. I was in a store, I think I was in Virginia this summer or this fall, and that song came on. I was like, wait a minute, where's that? Oh, yeah, I know that song.
Did you start singing along?
Sweet Caroline?
Did you start singing along?
I did. I was humming with the best of them.
Yeah, now whenever I hear it, I have this picture of Thad Hart standing up behind the scorer's bench singing.
Forever in green.
Yes, exactly.
So this looks like a little bit different kind of offense we're running, or a set play.
Yeah, it is a backdoor, and it worked to a T between the Yoder boys. Brady feeding Mason underneath. So Westview jumps out to the 2-zip lead in the early going. Tipped up and in by Nate Mock of South Bend Riley to tie it at deuces. Ball goes through the hands of Linden, but he regains possession. He'll give it to Mason, and he drills his second field goal in about 30 seconds. 4-2.
Yep, I think we're going to see that this year. We're going to see outbursts from him scoring just because he's athletic, he's aggressive.
Being football season and his leaping ability, I could see him being a wide receiver on a football team. Snare or a defensive back getting interceptions. But I'll get off football.
Definitely.
We're playing basketball. Ball knocked out of bounds. It'll be a foul on South Bend Riley.
So during the regular season, I found out that at home games, the Westview Pep Band will still be playing. They just won't be playing in the gym. They'll be set up in the auditorium, and Mrs. Hom will be in the gym with a 2-way radio to let Mr. Brown know when to start playing.
Are they aware there's quite a few seats open here in the gym?
Yeah.
Just not sure. There must be some reasoning behind that. I just haven't figured it out yet.
So they plan to be watching the game. They're going to be live streaming it, but there is about a 20-second delay from the time, from live into when you see it on YouTube. So they can't really rely on that to know when to start playing.
Yeah, they could be playing while they're playing, which are not, while the teams are playing on the court, and they're not supposed to do that. So yeah, that could be a problem. But it would be very easy if they were just in the gym, up in the bleachers, spread out. But whatever. Mason right side. He'll feed right side to Luke Yoder in the corner. Tipped away and grabbed by South Bend Riley. Pass up court, and 5 will bring it out. He feeds number 4, and these guys that don't have, I'm assuming it's James Boyd. He's numberless on our score sheet. Luke Miller bounce passes it to Linden. Mason from just beyond the free throw line, and he's hot this quarter. Just like you mentioned, he can get hot, and when he does, it's hard to stop him.
Yeah, keep waiting for the crowd to erupt.
That's right.
It's like, wait, oh yeah.
Yeah, they won't get the enjoyment of having the crowd stand up when they come out of the game, maybe late in the game after having a great ball game or having a great run. Maybe later on in the season.
Maybe, yep.
Yeah. Foul underneath. Mason picks that one up. Coach Bentley a little bit upset about that. Caleb Corey coming back in.
The other reality is I don't think they're keeping track of any kind of fouls either.
No.
So it's not like you're going to foul out.
No, you could get 10 or 11 fouls and doesn't matter. You could still be out there. I don't think anybody has reached that level yet, but yeah, this is pretty much a practice between two separate schools. And we have a push underneath.
Yeah, that was a moving screen for about 10 feet there. I was hoping they'd call that. I didn't know
They
if they would
finally
or
figured
not.
it out.
He shoved Ben clear over to the sideline.
Yeah, I saw him going, and I thought, well, yeah, what happened there? 8-4 Westview. Mason has it knocked away, regains it, gives it to Ben Burkett. 10 minutes, 35 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. Burkett on the wing. He feeds down low to Luke. Luke fakes. Puts it up. That's Mason again from the right side. He's locked in right now.
He's got all our points, or all but 2 this quarter.
That's a good point. 11-4. Mason with 9 of those.
Another illegal screen.
Maybe this is a quarter for illegal screens. Was that on your list, Dan?
Yeah, that was fourth quarter illegal screens.
Okay.
As long as they had mutual consent ahead of time.
It's got to be documented by Roger at the scores bench with a signature and a stamp. Brady Yoder between the circles. He'll go right side to Mason. If nothing else, we're going to have some fun this year with the broadcast, right?
We got to.
They have fun with something in 2020. Nine and a half minutes. Go ahead.
I still think back to, you know, as much as we wanted to win sectional, Terabusco played really nice and had a good season, and then they got robbed of the chance to win regional.
Yeah,
I mean, that'd be hard to take.
That could have been us. I mean, we were kind of robbed the year before, of course, with the food poisoning fiasco, but yeah, that would have really been weird last year if that would have happened to us. 2 years in a row getting ripped away from us.
Yep, definitely. Well, I was looking forward to that matchup between them and Blackhawk.
Oh yeah, that would have been a good matchup, no doubt. Brady, number 33, Mason, 13. I don't think any of these guys changed numbers. Burkett's still number 11 from last year. They have new uniforms, if you didn't notice. And as Jamie mentioned to me before we went on, it's kind of a throwback look. In fact,
there is one that changed numbers, or 2.
So is that our trivia question?
Yeah, Schrock took, trying to remember what number he took. Number 3, and I think Jamie knows who the other guy is.
Drew, number 21, and he comes into the ball game.
Yeah,
Drew
Drew wanted to be like his dad, big 21.
So is that really something? Is that why he has 21?
I don't know if that's why he has it or not.
Well, that's pretty cool.
Actually, Bucky changed numbers too. He had 45 last year. He's got 55 this year.
I think 55 kind of looks good on him. Big guy like that.
Oh yeah, you got to have a double same number.
That's right. Good work underneath. Lyndon Miller lays it in. 15-9 Westview with the lead here in the fourth quarter. 7:25 to go. And if you're just joining us, the clock is, or the scoreboard is reset every quarter. So this is just the fourth quarter that Westview is leading in 15-9. If it makes any difference to those who are watching out there, Westview did come out ahead in the first quarter. Riley won the next 2. Three is good from long range by James Boyd of South Bend Riley. Bucky shot up off the glass, no good. Brady with a three, that won't go in, and it's tipped into the Westview bench.
Ed Bentley was wide open. I don't know
Yeah,
why
he
didn't
was.
grab that.
He didn't even pay any attention. He just let the ball go out of bounds.
Coaches are like that.
Yeah, I might have to ask him about that. Passed up a shot there.
Well, there's something else that's definitely different this year, and I think you attribute it directly to COVID and the restrictions. Guess who was out there sweeping the floor before the game?
The principal?
Coach Bentley.
Oh, Coach Bentley?
Oh, wow.
Well,
that would be a good question.
I know Drew came home the other day, and he said the floor on this main court was the worst he had ever played on.
Wow.
They were slipping and sliding and everything else, so they're just making sure.
So maybe that'll be my last question if I have a chance to interview Bentley before Coach Bentley before
I
the
talked to him about it.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. I said, I bet you didn't realize this was in the job description. And he just said, yeah, you're just doing what we can to try to make sure the kids can keep playing.
Well, it's kind of like you, Dan, at LaGwana. You know, we give you a hard time because Dan kind of takes care of the waste materials that collect out in our parking lot, the buggy parking lot. So that's part of his job, I guess, as CEO of LaGwana.
Who does that?
Dan.
Wow. I've always
Pretty
wondered
impressive.
I always wondered how you apply for that job. And who would?
Well, I had visions of doing a video of me carrying a shovel out there and telling him I'm taking Dan's position. I'm taking his position over. 15-12 now. It's tightened up a bit. Riley has a chance to tie if they hit a three here. 4:42 to go in the fourth
It'd be
quarter.
nice to win this quarter.
Yeah, it would.
Try to
Salvage
a split.
That's right. Douglas Adams with a three. He's off the mark. Copley with a rebound. Loose, and Drew Miller ties him up. Or no, that was...
I think it was Bucky and
Linden.
somebody else. Linden.
Yeah. Adams will inbound it. Douglas Adams will get it out front to Demarion Spahn. Mocked with a shot from the right side. Off the mark, and the rebound comes down to Lyndon Miller. He'll feed Luke. Luke drives a lane. Puts up the runner. Got it.
17-12.
5-point lead for Westview. Shot's no good by South Bend Riley. Pulled out by Linden. Up court to Burkett. Inside to Linden. No good.
Well, you can see without Wesley in there, maybe another starter, they're a lot easier to score on. We're getting a lot better shots.
That's true.
He hasn't been in at all this quarter, has he?
Now, I think this quarter they're trying to let some of the guys that maybe don't play as much get out there and work up a sweat.
One thing you certainly wouldn't want to happen is one of your key players get injured in a scrimmage like this. And,
right, yeah. I mean, they've played basically 45 minutes if they played 3 quarters.
Well, it's true, yeah. Good pass up court. Shot, missed on the layup, and Bucky Lehman pulls it down.
Yeah, good hustle there to snag that thing.
I guess it's okay to call Brandon Bucky, right? I think that's what he's known as, right?
Haven't heard any official objections anyhow.
Yeah, and if there are any, we'll hear about it.
Letters to the editor.
Yeah, that's right. I'll pass those along to you, Dan. Out front, Linden. He'll feed Ben Burkett on the wing. Luke backs it out. And we have a foul. It's going to be called on Bucky.
Yeah, I think
with
they
the
got him
elbow.
for, yeah.
Well, we've added red shoes. Are those, what kind of shoes are those, Jamie?
Well, I think they have a choice this year. I don't.
Oh, okay.
Well, I guess they mostly match, though, don't they? I was
Yeah,
told
they do.
that they didn't have team shoes, but
I see the swoosh, so they're Nikes.
you know how it is with youngsters. They all want to. You got that one that wants to really stand out, but the most of them want to kind of look the same. So
Yeah.
No, I don't know what kind they are.
Yeah,
I know they came in the mail, and I was like, "You have another pair of shoes?" But I didn't get up close and look at them.
Oh, yeah, Drew's he has white shoes on.
I think that's what he was saying about
Yeah.
the fact that, you know, one of them wants to stand out. It's your son, this one that's got different shoes. Of course, you know, Jamie, looking here, as our engineer just pointed out, you've got some pretty shiny shoes on there yourself. Too bad we can't get the camera down here.
Those came in the same order, probably. Right?
No, this was one of those. I think the shoes I wore the most, somehow I was wearing them out in the wetland, and they were a mucky mess. And
those are Notre Dame shoes.
These popped up on my
Golden
feed,
Domers.
and I had a weak moment. I was like, well, those are shiny. I'll get those. But they're mostly white on top. You know how white holds up, so I don't wear them. I don't wear them anywhere that doesn't have a hard surface beneath.
You wear them on Saturdays at Notre Dame plays, though,
yeah,
right?
it's kind of like your church shoes.
Yeah,
know?
there
you
you
don't
go.
wear them very many places.
Minute 53 to go in the fourth quarter. Westview up by 5, 17-12.
We may jump into all kinds of topics this year on this broadcast.
I wouldn't
so I
doubt
think
it.
it would be very beneficial to stay tuned.
We'll definitely keep you entertained. You might say, what are they talking about? But it'll be entertaining.
Well, I told Chris Mast, who's running our camera, if we're gonna set up top here like we are, I can get him some headphones so he can listen in too, and that
That'd
way
be
when
good.
I tell him to get a shot of your shoes, he can.
That's
we
right.
can get that.
That'd be
Right now,
wonderful.
he doesn't know that we were talking about your shoes.
Yeah, we wanted to do that, and now we should be able to because we're close enough to run a headset up there. We're set up at the top of the bleachers. Normally we're set up right behind Roger and the rest of the crew down on the scorer's bench. So it's a little different perspective up here, although we have done a few games from this vantage point over the years. In a way, I kind of like it because you can see plays develop.
Yeah, you can. And this year there's no atmosphere anyhow at the
That's
game.
right.
So
Yeah. I mean, the thing that I do miss is the talking, the refs coming over to the bench, the coaches talking to the players and that type of thing, which a lot of times you can pick up when you're down there right by the scorer's bench. But
Well, Jerry, I think if you take your headset off, you probably could do it now too. There's no crowd noise.
You're absolutely right. Yeah. Pretty quiet. It's like I used to comment when we go to, and no offense, but Hamilton or some of these schools that didn't draw very many people is like broadcasting a game at church, you know? It's kind of the way it is now, probably
yeah, I
everywhere
was thinking
we'll go.
the same thing. You have your normal.
Drew Miller hits at the buzzer.
They countered it.
Yeah, well, it should have been. It was definitely released before the red light came on.
Well, I asked him right before he left for the game. I was like, so what's your mindset going in? Play hard. I was like, well, that's a given. I said, be aggressive.
There you go.
I said, we didn't spend all those hours working on your shot so you could pass the ball all the time.
Well, by golly, he showed his shooting ability right there at the buzzer.
Yep.
Yeah, that would have been something if you'd have said, well, Dan, I'm going to hit a shot at the buzzer right at the end of the game. That
There
would have
is
freaked you
one
out.
special request here just before we finish off. Thad wants us to talk politics. Oh, wait, he says don't ever talk politics. Oh, okay. Sorry, Thad. I got
I'd love
that
to.
wrong.
We have
Well,
ratings will either skyrocket or YouTube will shut us down. One of the
yeah,
two.
that's right. We'll try to steer away from that. We might make comments about face masks here and there if you call that political, but, well.
It is. You can get people fired up quicker over that than anything.
Yeah, that's true. So we'll kind of keep that out of the picture if we can.
So 20-12 was the final.
Right.
So let's see. The total for the game which, you know, you can't really go by that, but 22, 20. And they had 13, 24, 31, and 12. Use some of my, Dan probably has all this figured out already, but.
Oh, yeah.
I was still trying to figure out why we weren't on the air earlier, so I didn't even have all the totals.
So, yeah, next.
Overall, with Riley ended up with 90 total points. We had 74.
Okay.
So
well,
we won 2 quarters, they won 2 quarters, but if you calculate it all up, that's what it came out to. So.
Well, when they score 31 points in 1 quarter, there's a
yeah, that's a bulk of it there.
Yeah.
Well, one thing I think we saw, you know, who's your shooters? Well, Brady came out, and I think that third quarter,
yeah, he
hit 4 3-pointers.
Right.
And he's very aggressive, and it's good to see. Even when he misses, he keeps shooting. And then we saw in the fourth quarter Mason. And pretty much every quarter we saw, you know, the Twins fighting and scrapping in there. So I think it's going to be balanced. You know, have one game where Mason might have 25, 30, and another game Brady will, or maybe we'll have 4 or 5 guys with 12.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
you know,
Litweiler, you didn't mention Litweiler, I don't think, but
yep.
he was squeezing in there, and I mean.
Yeah, and it was a tough matchup for him today in there. You know, he's good in the post, but he has other tall guys. Swatting his shots in there tonight and so forth. Yeah, he'll have some big games as well. So.
But yeah, he had some good drives early in the contest where he was kind of squirming through the paint and putting up some nice layups. You're right.
Definitely.
So, well, we're glad you could join us for the scrimmage tonight. Good way to kick off the season. We hope to see all of you back here before the end of the season sometime. But meanwhile, we'll keep you posted and keep bringing these games to you, and we'll begin on Tuesday as we'll bring you a doubleheader at 5:45 with the girls and then the boys following against the Bethany Bruins. And then, of course, we'll have the girls game on Friday night, with Prairie Heights. That'll be here at Westview, and we'll bring you that game as well. And then Saturday afternoon, another girls game with Wawasee. And Saturday night, back here with the Northridge game and the boys. And Dan, you probably maybe should bring up that
the whole donation.
Yeah, the donation thing.
The one thing I did want to point out, and we'd mentioned it, or Jerry had mentioned it earlier when we talked about the games, but because of the number of players out with COVID, the girls will not be having a junior varsity contest for either the Friday or Saturday game. So the varsity game, I believe, starts at 6 o'clock. So normally you would expect the JV to start at 6 o'clock, but that will actually be the varsity game. So when we go on the air about 5:45.
They normally would play the junior varsity in the auxiliary gym.
I'm actually talking about Friday night.
Friday night, okay.
Just a girls'
So
game.
The varsity game will be 6 instead of, okay.
Yes. But yes, because of the girls-boys doubleheader Tuesday night, the girls will be playing right before the boys here on the main gym. So.
Okay.
We are trying to see if we can't do more of the girls' games. We are looking if there's other people that might be interested in doing some play-by-play or color commentary, especially for the girls' games, or run the equipment, looking for engineers. Yes, if you're interested, let us know. The school's asking and parents are asking if we wouldn't be willing to do maybe some of the JV boys games and more of the girls games, since grandparents, aunts, uncles can't come to the games. So we're trying to see what we can do there. And obviously the other thing it's going to take is might need some more sponsors. So if you're interested in doing any of that, maybe be specifically a girls game sponsor, that'd be great too. The other thing we are doing to try to help the school out here is the games. At this point, we are not charging for the games. The school, however, so there's a lot of schools are going to a pay-per-view. So for the live games, you have to pay to actually be able to watch it. What we've proposed to the school, and they like this idea, is that we have just put on our website right there, right underneath the team photo, there is a donate button. And we are asking you, whatever you would spend at the game anyway, if you would please just go ahead, click on that button. It goes to PayPal. You can use your PayPal account, or you can use any major credit card. But make a donation. And if you want to just do a one-time donation here at the beginning of the year and then just watch the rest of the season, and that's fine. Or if you want to just every time you watch, if you want to give another $5 or whatever you would have paid, or if you were bringing your family and there's several of you watching there and you want to pay $15 or $20, that'd be great. That money will all go to Westview. The only thing they won't get is PayPal is going to charge the 2.5–3%, whatever it is, to process the payment. But all those funds will go to the Westview Athletic Department to help make up for what they're losing out on this year, since they cannot have paying fans come in. The hope is that we'll have enough people donate that they don't have to put this behind a paywall. If we go to if people aren't donating, which I just can't imagine people won't.
Right,
but,
not in this community.
Yeah, if for some reason they're just not getting, because we can see how many people are watching and we can see what's being donated. So if it appears that a vast majority of people for some reason wouldn't be donating, then we would probably be forced to put the broadcast behind a paywall, and at that point that would be going through a IHSA TV, and they will keep 40% of it.
Right.
And so that I'd much rather have 97.5% of what you donate go directly to the school instead of just the 60%. So just again encourage you, donate, hit that donate button, and we'll get those funds to the school.
All right, thanks, Dan. Pleasure to have everyone watching tonight, and we hope you'll join us throughout the season this year. And we're glad you could join us here tonight. Join Jamie and I and Dan on Tuesday night as we bring you the girls and boys game from Westview with the Bethany Bruins. But for now, good night, everyone.